So one of the things that we are obviously seeing is that homes are not selling as quickly as they once were. If you've got a listing now, especially like we talked about in certain neighborhoods, certain price points, certain qualities of houses, it just depends on each market will be different. But in our current market, if you're looking in the cheaper subdivisions like Final Village houses that are 180 to 250, I mean, those are common price points, that range in there. You're still looking at, the 150s and down selling really quickly. Because anybody trying to sell a house that's very, very affordable, it's pretty easy if it's in the right condition. But the other homes are having trouble selling, so we've got to adjust our price for that, because there's three things that really matter when it comes to pricing a home or selling it, okay? It's location, condition, and price. Okay? What's the word in English we've decided that we would say in one word when you're looking at the right location, the right combination of location, condition, and price? What is that called? You know? It starts with a letter near the end of the alphabet and rhymes with value. Okay? When you go shop for a TV, are you buying the most expensive TV? Maybe. Are you buying the nicest TV? Maybe. Are you buying the, I don't know what location is for TVs, but the answer is maybe. Because what you're looking for, if you're a smart consumer, unless you're really picky about, I just want exactly this and nothing else. I only want a Samsung that is this size, it's got these features. Like we have those buyers in real estate too. But unless you're that person, which most of us are not, at least not all the way there, you're looking for value. It's the combination of quality, brand name, the features on it, size of it, and the price tag. So will you take a 40-inch TV that is $500 that has the same features as a 50-inch TV that has the same features that's $4,000? Yes, you will take the 40. The value is better, okay? So that's a stupid example on that end, but it's value that these people are looking for. So when you're talking to your clients about their home, either initially pricing, or when you're talking to them about a price drop because the market's changed, sometimes you're just gonna have to say, sorry, the market changed. Maybe you guys were basing it on, we were basing our price, Mr. Vasicilli, we were basing our price on comps from 2, 3, 4 months ago, 6 months ago, when the market was completely different, and we have taken a slide into a buyer's market. Now they're looking at 10 houses a day and not choosing any of them, where before they were looking at one house because that's all that was available, and 10 people were putting an offer on. That's no longer what's going on. So is that video still going? I just got somebody. Okay, good. I just got somebody trying to call me on my watch. I want to make sure it wasn't on there. So we've got a different market now. So you don't want to say I told you so, because if you're like me, you're actually telling them what the price is. I mean, Gina and I just had somebody that we told them what the price was. It was $200,000. We know it's worth, if we're being smart here, we say, 200,000-ish, right? We're not giving them an actual number. I want them to take that. But we told them it's $200,000. They priced it at $220,000. Okay. Guess what? We just sold it at $201,500 or something, because that's the right price for the house. Okay. But had we gone a couple more weeks at 220, Gina got her down to 210, and then we finally sold it at 201. But the cool part is, had we not been able to get the price reductions, we would have wanted to come to them and not say, hey, I told you so. You're ridiculous. This is not what it's, we told you you were going to let it sit on the market. It's going to be, now it's going to look for sale when we start, meaning like it's on sale when we start dropping the price. You don't want to overshoot it. It just makes no sense whatsoever to overshoot your price. Can we reach for the stars? Absolutely. And then you're looking for that guy we just talked about that is looking for this brand, these amenities, this size, and he'll take nothing less, nothing more. That is the only person you're going to find, and you're not going to find many of those because you're dealing with $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. You're going to find people that have a value. And what's our value proposition? Its location and its condition and its price. We have to be able to match these things up. So the way you're going to get the people to either price it right in the first place or to price reduce it when necessary is going to be talking like this. It's going to be having this conversation. Can we fix location? No. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we cannot do anything about the fact that your home backs up to railroad tracks and is in the cheapest subdivision in the country. We cannot do anything about that. Okay? Can we fix condition? Sure. But I'm going to put a check mark and a question mark next to it. The reason why is because this is what we call gambling. Now, if you're in Gamblers Anonymous, I'm sorry, I just used this, but the reality is most of us don't like gambling. Not when we like the idea of gambling. We like the idea of buying a lottery ticket. We don't like the idea of actually wagering large amounts of money with the tiny chance to win something huge. It's just not in our blood for most of us. So this dealing with condition can very much be gambling. If you had the conversation, should we replace our carpet? Maybe, right? The answer is yes, assuming you pick the carpet the buyers like. The answer is yes, assuming that it actually is the thing influencing price the most. The answer is yes, if you're going to plan on living there if you don't sell it for the exact right price. These are all potential yeses. But the reality is we're gambling now. You're going to spend what? To replace the floors in a 1,200 square foot house, you're going to spend $3,000 or $4,000. If you replace them all, if you replace the carpet in 800 square feet, you're going to still be at a couple grand. So, because you're going to spend $3 a square foot, let's call it. So you're at $2,400. So are you willing to risk $2,400 cash money in hopes of getting $2,500 or more when we're in a sliding down economy, when our current market price is going down and you're already not getting what you want? Do you really think you're going to get $2,400 extra? No, because the reality is that somebody's going to come in and want closing costs worth more than that. Okay, so condition is possible to adjust, but you don't necessarily want to go for condition, and to be honest, you want to talk your clients out of it. From a sales perspective, we don't want our clients jacking with condition. There are some things we're going to have to fix. Again, Gina and I just recently fixed a super nice house. It looked like a foreclosure. The tree in front literally covered and was reaching on top of the whole house. The landscaping was terrible. It was a rental to ladies in Florida. We fixed that stuff, right? We got it to where you could see the house and we couldn't even have taken a picture. You wouldn't have seen the house. So there are some things you need to do, cleaning and decluttering and doing some landscaping, get your curb appeal, all the common things that everybody knows to do. And if you don't know, you can Google real fast. That's not the condition we're talking about. We're talking about replacing floors, upgrading, updating the kitchen, getting new appliances, changing out all your vanities in your bathrooms. I mean, that sort of stuff's expensive and it's a gamble. So what do we want to fix? We want to fix price. Let's come back and get the price. And here's the reason why. Have you ever anybody done as much in the stock market at all? Anybody? No. Many stock market people, right? You've had a little bit of mutual funds, a little bit of stock experience. I'll tell you my story. Feel free to use it. You can make it your own. So I bought a stock at 38 cents a share back in 2000 something. It was a long time ago. I was in college still. I borrowed $10,000 and then bought it again at $2 a share. Okay, so I bought a bunch of stock at 38 cents a share. Then I bought another bunch of stock at $2 a share. It went up to $4 a share. So I doubled my $10,000, and I 10 times my 38 cents a share because it went to $4. That would have been $3.80, right? So I 10 times that. So now I had, I think I put $2,000 in. So I had like $40,000 now instead of $12,000. I have $12,000 invested, and I'm sitting on $40,000 worth of stock. We're thinking it's going to continue going up. I'm hoping I'm going to be a $100,000-aire. I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to make a bunch of money here. Well, it starts to come down. So it hits this $4 mark. It goes pink, and then it starts doing this. Okay? all the way down, I'm going, what should I do? What should I do? Right? This is your people. They priced it at $4. They priced their house at the dream state. They shot for the stars. And then we're sliding down. We're not getting any sales. We're not getting any sales. All right. So then I start deciding, you know what? I need to just sell this thing. Like, take my winnings and go home is what I need to do, right? And everybody living outside of this situation would say the same thing. So I start trying to sell, okay? These are just representing sell points. It's come all the way down to here, and I try to sell here. Guess what? By the time I've put in my sale order, somebody else has sold theirs at this price, okay? Somebody sold it at that price. So does anybody buy my stock at that price? Heck no. They can buy it at this price now. So I'm like, okay, fine. I will sell it at this price. By the time I put in that sell order, guess what happens? Somebody else has sold it here. What do we have to do if we want to sell a stock or sell a house in a market where we're currently in, where we have a ton of competition and people selling and prices are dropping? What do you have to do? Somebody tell me.
Price it right.
We price it right. Okay, what does that mean in this scenario? Where do I need to price my house at? The most recent one sold here. Where do I need to price my house at in a declining market?
Under it.
Yep, it just sold here. My next price needs to be here. Kills all of your comparable market analysis. And only the best agents know it happens. And only the savvy clients will sell their houses right. Because if you price it here, it's going to continue to happen. And somebody is going to price it here. It might as well be you. Unless you just want to hang on to your house forever. Because it is going to keep going down. I've seen it happen. It's happened to my clients. It'll happen to yours. They're unwilling to drop. And then some joker in the neighborhood takes a $20,000 dive on his house. And you're sitting at $235,000. And he sells his houses just like yours for $215,000. What in the world are you gonna do now? Your comps are blown, your profit's gone, and an appraiser's gonna hammer you. Because we now know the new value of that house in your neighborhood. It's $215,000 now, not $235,000. So you better just get out in front and price it right to begin with. Otherwise you're gonna be dealing with this. And then you're gonna really be mad. Because somebody's gonna take a dive in your neighborhood and it might as well be you. Make sense? This is how you scare them into lower prices. I'm not saying that because I wanna trick them into selling their house cheap or just get a listing off my books or just take a paycheck home. I'm telling you, they will not sell their house doing this. I could have ridden that thing all the way down to the company out of business. It went down to 5 cents. And had I not just cut my losses and gone, doop, I'll sell it at $350. Everybody else is selling at $385. I'm gonna sell it at $350. Boom, out of my books, off, and I walk home with $30,000. Had I done what everybody else tries to do and make every penny you could possibly make, I would have kept shooting at the target price at that point, and I'd have lost every time. And it'd have gone down to 5 cents, and I'd have actually lost money. I'd have lost all 12,000 of my dollars. Okay, any questions? Any thoughts? Any rebuttals? Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? That's how you get a price reduction. Somebody's house is sitting on the market, unless they're completely unmotivated or ignorant, then you can get a price reduction talking about location, condition, and price, which equals value, and how you cannot just sit here and wait as all the houses around you are dropping or going on the market. You can't just sit around and shoot for the stars. Well, can't we just try it for a couple weeks? Absolutely, you can do whatever you want. You own your house.